Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm going to be doing a tiny house designed for the first zodiac sign, Aries. Aries are known for being energetic, impulsive, and courageous, with a fiery temperament and a strong desire for action and leadership. And I wanted to take this leadership idea and make this sim a jewelry maker. So this home does have a workspace, and I feel like it made sense to have jewelry because they are action. They want to be a leader, and I feel like having a business is both of those things of being action and having leadership. So we are starting this home off in the kitchen, and I'm going to be using some random items here and there. I didn't try to go too pack crazy for this build. It is 100 tile home, so if you have the tiny house or the tiny living pack, you can get some benefits from that. I did also use the Growing Together pack for this one RAM chair, but I do also like the appliances that came with this pack. So we are just going to be adding an island, trying to figure out what appliances I want in the island. This part of the video took me forever, so I cut most of it out just to save some time. I'm trying to do quicker videos mixed in with longer videos, so comment down below which style of video you prefer, the longer videos or the shorter videos. So we are going to be adding some safety features. Since this sim does work with valuable crystals and metals, I felt like it was a good idea to have one of the home security features that came in a new update, and I feel like it just made sense for a home business to have a security system. So we are finishing up the kitchen. The last thing we're doing is just trying to add this soap bottle on the sink in the perfect location. And now we are going to be adding a bookshelf. One of my favorite items that came with the Crystal Creations stuff pack is the bookshelf with the ladder. And so I know I had to add it somewhere since there is a big emphasis on the crystal creations, and it's probably emphasis this that I'm not an expert in zodiac signs. I do think it'd be fun if I made a video once a month with a tiny house based off of one of the zodiac signs. Make sure to give this video a like if you think I should. I've been kind of toiling with the idea of doing this series, and I feel like it would be fun. So if you enjoyed this video or like this idea, make sure to let me know down in the comments, and make sure to like this video. Those are the best ways to let me know that you enjoy my content. So we are going to be adding some artwork. I imagine that this sim would possibly have some friends, and so I wanted to add one picture collage that had set pictures, but I also want to use the picture collage that you can put your own pictures in. So we are just going to be adding some different items onto the bookshelf to make it feel more full. And now we are in the bathroom. This is a one bathroom, one bedroom home. So the sink and the tub are from the parent growing together pack. I almost said parenthood. There are a lot of different parent packs in this game. So we are going to be adding some like different decorations, just the usual bathroom things, nothing too noteworthy going on in this bathroom. You might notice I'm using a lot of purple in places. I am actually an Aries myself, and I got this little like keychain charm, and it had a purple crystal attached to it. And so I'm like, maybe purple is a like a theme with Aries. Purple was my favorite color for a very long time, but this could also just be a gift and it just happened to be purple. So we are going to be adding some side tables. I do change the coffee table to be the one from Crystal Creations, but I do keep the side table because it just felt like it was that like maker, like homemade feel to it. So we are going to be adding some plants and going to be adding some lights. I wanted this home to feel very lived in, and so we are going to be adding some more items onto the kitchen and just a very simple area. Again, I was only mentioning one or two Sims would be in this home. And so now we are in the office slash maker space. So I just tried to like bombard this area with the Crystal Creations pack. I do also add a sewing table into this front yard. And I haven't like played myself with Crystal Creations, so that sewing table could very well be backwards. We are just going to be adding a lot of these crystal items in this room, and you might be thinking, wow, this room is very small. Don't worry, I do extend it and I do move the door, so this room does end up having a good flow to it. But I did want to keep this home under 100 tiles, so that means just meant having to shrink the bedroom just slightly, but honestly, I'm kind of glad I had to do that because the bedroom already felt big, and I feel like bedrooms should really just be for sleeping. So I feel like just having a bed and a nightstand and having a little clothing rack really helped just kind of like keep it in a small tiny house feel. So we are just going to be adding the crystal charging station outside and going to be adding a lot of different like jewelry items into the office area, and I like having these items was really fun. And like I tried to add a lot of different mannequin items for your Sims to like display their jewelry on the mannequins, or maybe it's just like easier for like their clients to see the jewelry if it's on a mannequin. So we are just going to be reworking this room slightly. I feel like this room and the kitchen took me forever, but I feel like since these items are newer, I wanted to show more of them, just kind of show my process of adding items here and there. So we are just going to be adding a computer so maybe they can be selling these items on Plopsy or just selling them through the computer. So we are going to be adding some curtains. I wanted to have like one big light curtain, and now we are in the bedroom. I was going to say the primary bedroom, but it really is just the bedroom since it's a one bedroom house. And I wanted to keep the colors on the walls kind of more neutral, but still wanted to have that purple with the bedding. So we are going to be adding the Aries constellation onto the wall. And I think this is like the more simplified version of the constellation. I did look up the constellation on Google just to make sure I did it right, and there was like two options. So I went for the more simplified version, and I felt like it was standing out too much, so I wanted to add a little like wallpaper that looked like Starry Night or just like stars in the sky, and I feel like that really helps like blend it in, but like when the lights are off, it still pops. So we are just going to be adding some side tables and AC. I already added the dresser, and I do add a little yoga studio area because I didn't know what else to put in this room because it is surprisingly bigger, but you can easily move these items into the backyard. I also wanted to use the spa day stuff because that is where the constellation lights came from, and so I didn't want to just use one item from one pack. So I made sure to include some other items. So we are just going to be decorating these side tables and finishing up this video in the backyard. The backyard is pretty simple backyard, and we are getting close to the end of the video, so please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I post new videos every single Tuesday, and I'm on Instagram as well. So if you have any build suggestions for me, make sure to leave them down in the comments. Thank you so much to those who have already hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me. And if you haven't yet, I do have a goal to get to 120 subscribers by the end of the month, and it would mean so much to me to reach that goal. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!